Hey, welcome back, and thank you for joining me as we dig into this idea of what a disciple is, right? And remember, we have five things that a disciple does. They believe and trust, all right? And then they worship, they learn and grow, they serve others, and they share their faith. All right, so we're going to dig into that first one right now, believe and trust. I'm going to dig right into Romans chapter 10, verses 9 and 10. Romans 10, verses 9 and 10. It says this. Okay. If you confess with your mouth that Jesus is Lord and believe in your heart that God raised him from the dead, you will be saved. For with your heart one believes and is justified, and with the mouth one confesses and is saved. All right. Even in verse 11, for the scriptures say, everyone who believes in him will not be put to shame. Right. And so that tells us what we got to do, right? We got to believe and confess with our mouth. Let others know that you're a Christian, right? Be proud of that. Not to the point that I'm boasting and it's all about me. It's about what God has done, and that's what we do, right? We point it all back to God because we believe in who He is. And it specifically said that Jesus died upon the cross and He came back to life again. But here's the caveat. It's not just believing that there's a God. It goes even more than that because James warns us. So back in James, in the back of the Bible there, James chapter 2, verse 19. It tells us this about an interesting group of people, or group of beings, if you will. All right, so James chapter 2, verse 19 says, you believe that God is one? You do well. Even the demons believe and shudder. All right, see, the thing about what we've got to understand is Satan, the demons, they all know who God is. They know Scripture. They just don't trust in God. They know what Jesus did, but they don't care. You see, it doesn't go deeper into that trust in who God is. And so we go back into the Old Testament to Proverbs chapter 3, verses 5 and 6. And it says this, trust in the Lord with all your heart, and do not lean on your own understanding. In all your ways acknowledge him, and he will make your paths straight. So you guys get that? We need to believe in who Jesus Christ is, that he died upon the cross. There's evidence to that. To his resurrection, there's evidence to that. If you need the evidence, Scripture tells us 100% what all went down on that. And we need to trust. We need to put our hope and our trust in who God is, because it's only him who can save us. Not by works, not based on me, but based on the grace of God and his love and mercy towards us. So that's the first thing that a disciple does. We have to believe and trust. And in that, we love who God is and what he has done for us because he first loved us. So there's number one, believe and trust in who Jesus Christ is and what he has done. We'll see you next time as we dive into number two.